Hi guys, and welcome back to the start of another vlog. This is another study abroad vlog, but also kind of a reading vlog. So I think this vlog is just going to focus on what I am doing this weekend. My autumn break is finally upon us, so I'm going to be going to Edinburgh, Scotland on Monday. However, this weekend, before then, when I'm filming this right now, it's Thursday night. Classes are done. I'm free. I'm gonna be home alone for most of the weekend because my roommate, who's also going to Scotland, we didn't coordinate that, she's also happens to be going to Scotland, is leaving tomorrow morning. And my friend Sarah, who I'm going to Scotland with, and our other flatmate are going on a impromptu trip to Dublin, and they leave tonight. So that means that until the two of them get back from Dublin, I'm going to be 100% alone in the flat, which is kind of exciting, to be honest. So I definitely have some fun stuff that I want to do, and also some academic things that I want to accomplish. To get into the reading vlog portion of this, I want to read more of Mansfield Park, which I'm reading for my Jane Austen class right now. I'm also filming a vlog where I read every Jane Austen book, so I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on that mostly in that vlog. I also want to see if I can read all of Much Ado About Nothing, because we're going to be discussing that in Shakespeare class after break, and also going to a production of it. And also for pleasure, I am reading The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kiersten White on ebook, and I'm really enjoying that, so I'm going to try to finish that as well. So that is a whole lot of reading for me to do in my nice lonely weekend in Bath. I say lonely, which is, it kind of has a negative connotation, but I'm actually really excited to have time alone. Not because I dislike my roommates or anything. I love all my roommates. It's just I never get any time to myself here. And as an introvert, the thought of having several days with no interruptions just to do whatever I want sounds amazing. I definitely am going to get my eyebrows threaded because they look atrocious. I was gonna see if I could get my hair done, but I just think it's not gonna work out this weekend, so I'm probably gonna do it after Scotland because there aren't a lot of appointments available for this weekend on such short notice. And also tomorrow, I'm going to tea at the Pump Room, and that's very, very exciting. It seems like a really nice place to have high tea. Basically, what's going on is my study abroad program isn't through one specific university. We have students from all different colleges and universities in the United States. So a representative for a university in North Carolina, they are considering working with this program. So they're sending a representative to a site visit, and so about 3 or 4 students are all going to the Pump Room to have tea with this representative and just talk about our experiences. I volunteered because I thought it would be a fun thing to experience, and even though I'm introverted, I generally don't have a problem talking to adults. So yeah, I'm really excited for it, and those are some of the things I'm going to be up to this weekend. I think this is going to be its own vlog, and then Scotland will be an entirely different vlog because surely there's going to be so much footage from Scotland. So I think this weekend is going to be its own vlog, and I have done this intro for so long, so I'm just going to stop talking. Hi, so got my eyebrows threaded. I bet I just look like a whole new person. I also made a couple other stops. I am thinking that tonight I have a nice tub in our flat bathroom, and since nobody else is here, I'm gonna take a soak. So I went to Lush and got this Think Pink bath bomb. It is very pink and glittery. I don't remember what exact scent it is. Let me see if I can look that up. So it is vanilla. It has something called neroli, which apparently gives it a fruity smell. I don't even know what that is. And there's a little hint of lavender. It smells really good, and that's all that matters. It's also vegan, so that's pretty cool. And then I went to Claire's to get something for my Halloween costume because my study abroad program is having a Halloween party and costumes are compulsory, so wait, I need to put my camera down to get this on. I'm going as a cat. So I got these little black cat ears, and they also have some fake flowers, which I thought were a really cool touch. And I'm just gonna go for a very simple costume. I'm gonna draw the whiskers on my face, do some nice makeup, and just wear like a black dress, tights, heels, maybe a leather jacket. So just like an all black ensemble with the cat ears and the cat makeup, because I don't want to spend a lot of money on a Halloween costume that I'm just gonna wear once. So I'm pretty happy with these. I think they're so cute. Okay, now I'm gonna have some lunch, I'm gonna do my makeup, and then later around 4 p.m. I'm going to tea at the Pump Room, just like I'm Catherine Morland, so I'm gonna show that to you guys. I'll see you then!
He does what I do at the Roundup. He like volunteers and does bartending on the mission. And I handed him, depending where I go, I get carded. Which doesn't make sense consistently, so we'll figure it out.
Hello. So it is approximately 7 p.m. on Friday. I had my tea about 4 o'clock, so now I'm ready for some dinner. I went to Waitrose and got some pink Moscato. It's a rosé kind of day, but well, isn't every day. And went to get some takeaway fish and chips. They made me pay $1.50 just for the side of tartar sauce, which kind of wish like I didn't have to pay that much for tartar sauce, because I don't even need this much. I just wanted a little bit to put my fish in, but that's okay. You saw it, it's a pretty good portion. So, since this is kind of a reading vlog, I don't know what kind of vlog this is. This is just a Jackie has a nice weekend alone, hang out with me kind of vlog. But figured I would talk a little bit about Mansfield Park. I am doing an entire Jane Austen reading vlog, but that's not going to come out until the end of November, beginning of December, so I thought I would give you some condensed thoughts on Mansfield Park. Then I thought we could do a little segment that I like to call Culture Shock with Jackie. Gotta squeeze a little lemon on your fish and your chips. That's my technique. There you go. Ooh, can you hear that crunch? That was a good crunch. So, I will say that I don't think any of the Jane Austen books that I've read so far are bad. The lowest rating one has gotten is 4 stars. I gave Sense and Sensibility and Northanger Abbey 4 stars, and Pride and Prejudice, my all-time fave, has 5. So this one right now, being about halfway through, I'm still leaning towards 4 stars. Because it's good, but there's just not that spark that I feel with Pride and Prejudice. Our main character, Fanny, I know a lot of people find her annoying, and I can understand why, but I do like her. I have a lot of sympathy for her because her family treats her horribly. And I definitely think that not every main character has to be a very extroverted, witty person. We can't all be Elizabeth Bennet. And I think Fanny is more relatable than Elizabeth to me personally. However, there's just something missing here. I like Fanny, but I don't love her. And I find the romance in this book, it just doesn't do anything for me. I don't feel any romantic or sexual chemistry between them at all. Her love interest in this book is her first cousin, which is gross, but you know, period norms. So it doesn't really bother me because it's normal in this society. I don't know. I feel like there's just something missing here, and I don't know exactly what it is. I think this is a book that I would like more the second time around. I think, like Sense and Sensibility, I might need to read it a second time to fully appreciate it. So right now, while I like it, there's just something missing that I think would really elevate this story and make me like it more. So now, on to our next segment. I think culture shock is probably too strong a word. I think generally I'm getting along fine here. but I have noticed differences. And there's definitely been a lot of different slang that I hadn't heard before. I mean, obviously, French fries are chips. I knew that. Cookies are biscuits. I knew that, though some of my roommates actually didn't, and they were really confused by that. Also, there are sweet biscuits, cookies, and savory biscuits, which are like crackers. I really love chocolate digestives. I know that's a very unappetizing name, but they're basically cookies covered in chocolate, almost kind of like a shortbread, but like not really. And they're so good dipped in tea. I have noticed different words for various food items. For example, I was totally perplexed by what rocket was. I kept seeing rocket on menus, and I was like, I have no idea what that is. Turns out it's arugula. So there you go. Also, they're really big on this thing here called halloumi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I see it all over the place. I haven't tried it, but in the United States, I'd never heard of this before, and it's everywhere here. People love it. Other slang, takeout is takeaway, which I actually quite like. My dad came to visit me and said he likes takeaway better than takeout, so he's gonna go back to the US and start saying it. And I said, well, we'll see how that goes. I really don't get ID'd here that often when I buy alcohol. People just give it to me. Somebody actually asked me for directions last week, and I was actually really flattered. I was like, wow, I look like I know what I'm doing. I look like I belong here. Because I just live in constant terror of saying something stupid, of sounding like a stupid American. I'm always a little bit scared, actually, when I open up my mouth and speak to someone, because as soon as they hear my voice, they're gonna know that I'm not from here. And that's a little terrifying to me for some reason. I'm just constantly worried that I'm gonna do something wrong without meaning to, or accidentally offend somebody. Other things. If you go to a pub, you don't get waiter service usually, unless they have a dining room. You have to go up to the bar and order, and then they bring the food to your table. You have to have a table number. So that's a little different. You don't really have to tip here. I mean, I usually tip like 10%, but it's not as expected because the servers here actually get the basic minimum wage, which in America, they do not. And apparently, people in the service industry kind of like Americans because Americans generally give them nice tips. So people actually do say cheers. If I go to the store and buy something, instead of saying goodbye or have a nice day, the teller might just go cheers. They say smashing, which just means, you know, great, amazing. And I heard somebody say chuffed, which I think means just like pleased, like you're pleased about something. You would say, oh, I'm chuffed. But when I first heard that, I never heard that word before. So yeah. Oh, the other thing I want to mention is that things here close really early. When my dad visited me, we went to go see the Downton Abbey movie. And before the movie, this was after dinner, maybe around like 7:30 on a Thursday, I think it was. Yeah, Thursday. I wanted to get a cup of coffee after dinner before the movie. And no place was opened except for McDonald's. So I got a McDonald's coffee. There was one time where I was in a department store on Sunday evening just trying to kill time, and they closed at 5 o'clock. So things here close earlier than America, where you can find so many things that are open 24 hours. No, the city shuts down a lot sooner than in cities in America, except for the bars and pubs, which are open late. But other than that, everything else closes pretty early. I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. So those are just some of the things that I've noticed that have been different from America, some different words I've heard that I've never heard before, different terms, just in case any of you out there were interested. So I'm gonna eat the rest of my huge fish and chips, drink some more wine, and I'm going to get into the tub with my bath bomb, which I'm really excited. I only used a bath bomb like once before in my life, and I've never used a glittery one, so that'll be fun. And I'm definitely gonna read in the tub. I'm just not sure if I'm going to be good and read Mansfield Park, or if I'm going to pleasure read and continue reading The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein. And I know that book has mixed reviews on BookTube, but I am absolutely loving it. I think it is fantastic, and I haven't finished it yet, but right now I think it's definitely a 5-star contender. So we'll see what I end up reading. It depends on if I want to be responsible and read something for school or just read my ebook. Hey guys, happy Saturday. So today I'm just going to do a bunch of boring stuff like read more Mansfield Park, do some laundry, and start packing for Scotland. However, it looks like a beautiful day in Bath today. The sky is so blue and I don't think it's supposed to rain today, so I am definitely going to go outside for a walk later just to get out of the house and enjoy this beautiful day. This is my last day entirely alone before 2 of my flatmates come back from Dublin, so I definitely want to get some work done because I know when I'm in Scotland, I'm not going to be thinking about school, so I need to do some stuff so it won't all be waiting for me when I get back. Also, just low-key realize this is the 3rd day in a row I chose to wear a shirt that has stripes on it. I think I've worn every single striped shirt that I own in the past 3 days. What am I doing? Like, I could get changed, but I love this shirt, and I haven't worn it in so long because I don't have a sweater to go with it, and usually it's too cold just to wear a t-shirt. I love this shirt because it's from American Eagle. It's the soft and sexy fabric, which is so nice. Okay, so all the stuff that I said I was gonna do this weekend hasn't happened. So we're gonna change the game plan. There's absolutely no way I am finishing Much Ado About Nothing because I haven't even started it. So just throw that away. I have 100 pages left in Mansfield Park. I am going to finish this today. It is happening. And then I have about 50% of The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, so I'm just gonna read as much of that as I can with the time I have left. new goal. This is achievable. I'm going to do this. I swear. I feel like maybe the problem that I had with Mansfield Park is that Fanny is a character who is so staunch in her principles and her beliefs, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but I feel like her character doesn't undergo any character development, at least what I've seen so far. She is someone who knows what she believes in. She withstands all this abuse from her family. She just takes it quietly. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like her character is so unchanging. Even usually in Jane Austen books, there is a love interest who we later find out is a scoundrel, but Fanny knows that this guy is bad and she doesn't respect him, and I feel like maybe it would have been better if she did fall for it a little bit, because right now I just feel like Fanny's too perfect. I feel like she's the same person that she's been pretty much the entire book. Hi guys, I changed my top and got showered because I was invited to go out to dinner, but I did in fact finish Mansfield Park. Overall, I liked it, however, it is definitely not my favorite Austen. I'm trying to decide if I want to rank it higher than Northanger Abbey or after Northanger Abbey. I definitely think the book was well executed, it had good parts. I just didn't feel a strong emotional connection to the characters, and I didn't love the romance. For such a long book, long in terms of a Jane Austen novel, I think it's her longest one, the ending seemed, the resolution seemed kind of rushed. We really just got a narrator giving us a summary of how everything wraps up, and I didn't really like that. I think the book could have had parts taken out because by the end, I was honestly kind of ready for the book to be over. There were certain parts where I realized I was skim reading it, but I feel like if I read the book again, I would like it more. The problem is, though, I'm not going to read it a second time before my Jane Austen rankings video comes out, so I'm gonna have to spend some time thinking about where I want to rank this. As for The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, I don't know if I'm going to finish that tonight, but I am really enjoying it. Funnily enough, a big complaint that I hear about that book is that people think the beginning of it is boring, but I actually think, ooh, that's better. I actually think the beginning was my favorite part of the book so far. I think I'm having a hard time getting through it now that I'm in the latter half of the book, but I do really like it. I really like what the author has done with the character of Elizabeth and the twist that they've taken on the original story. I really think that in order to get everything out of this book, you have to be someone who has read the original Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Obviously, this is a generalization, but the people who I've seen who liked this book were people who all read Frankenstein and enjoyed it, whereas people who hadn't read the original didn't like this book so much. So I think maybe if you want to read this, you should consider reading Frankenstein first. Also, I just think Frankenstein is a great book. I love it. It's one of my favorites. So that's probably why I like The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein so much. Oh, and I forgot to mention that when I got to the part with Adam, people who read the book know what I'm talking about. I probably could have cried if I was a crier. That part got me in the feels. Okay, guys, funny story. So you know how I said that I was a little more bored now in the latter half of The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein? Well, I was thinking, man, this book seems like it's approaching a conclusion. I don't know how they're gonna keep this going for so many more pages. Because the thing is, my ebook told me I was only 50% of the way through. So imagine my surprise when I read one more chapter and suddenly I'm at the epilogue. I don't know what this ebook is telling me, but all that's left after this epilogue is just author's note, acknowledgements, blah bitty blah. So when I said I was about halfway through, I was actually like 85% done, and the ebook was just telling me a totally different percentage. So turns out I did end up finishing The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein tonight. Okay, got it now. So this ebook that I got has also the original Frankenstein tacked onto the end. So it was counting the entire page count of Frankenstein in addition. So That's why it was telling me that I was only 50% of the way through when I was actually almost done. I got it now. Makes sense. Okay, so my thoughts on this book. I really, really enjoyed it. It's not perfect. I definitely think the plot twists, you could predict them. I was actually spoiled on them because I'm just a genius. About a year ago, I decided that I was going to read someone's spoiler-filled review for this book, figuring that I would forget everything by the time I finally got around to it, but I didn't forget. I still remember it, so that's my own fault. But even though I knew what was going to happen in certain aspects, I did still really enjoy it, honestly. I think I'm gonna give this 5 stars because even though it's not perfect, I really, really enjoyed reading it and I just wanted to keep reading. It really held my attention. I love what Kiersten White did with Elizabeth as a character. I loved her friendship with Justine. I feel like the two of them are the epitome of a Slytherin Hufflepuff friendship. And I liked the Mary character and okay. I'm not the person to have crack ships. I really only like canon ships, but Elizabeth and Mary, I don't know. I kind of ship it. Okay, beautiful people, that is it for this weekend vlog, study abroad vlog, reading vlog, I don't know, whatever kind of vlog this was. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. My social media links are down below if you want to follow me on Tumblr or Bookstagram or be my friend on Goodreads. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, and I'll see you next time.